Let me show you how to turn a blank page into a professional resume using Copilot in Word. My friend needs some help with his resume as he starts applying for new roles. Today, we're going to use Copilot to create a new draft from scratch, refine each section, add ATS-friendly keywords, and tailor it to a specific job description.
My resume has been updated here and there over the last few years, and it feels a little messy. I think it's time for a full refresh.
Totally. Sometimes it's easier to start fresh with a clean draft and go from there. Let's begin by creating a first draft in Word. At the top of the blank page, let's click Draft with Copilot and type a prompt for what we're looking to create. How about create a resume for a project manager with 5 years of experience, use a modern, clean layout, include sections for a professional summary, skills, work experience, and education. And you can see how Copilot drafts a full resume template, clearly structured with the sections requested.
Oh wow, this layout looks a lot cleaner than my old one. It's a really strong starting point to work from.
Now that Copilot has created this draft, the next step is to plug in your real contact information, education, and work experience for each role.
Yeah, that's easy enough. So the summary at the top is usually the first thing that a hiring manager reads, and I really want to make sure that it's clear and concise. Usually it takes me a while to get the wording just right with things like this.
Oh yeah, Copilot can help polish this up. Just turn on Edit with Copilot to make changes directly in your document, and type a prompt like, rewrite this professional summary to have a more formal tone and be more concise.
Okay.
Copilot rewrites this section to be more focused, and we can always keep tweaking it so it sounds just like you stuff.
I always felt like my work experience bullets could be a little stronger, maybe harder hitting, but I'm never really too sure exactly what to say.
So we can ask Copilot to help edit this section to focus more on results and measurable impact. Try typing a prompt like, rewrite these work experience bullet points to be more results focused and measurable for a project manager with 5 years of experience. Create clear, impact-driven statements. Copilot suggests stronger action verbs and clear outcomes that make the experience more compelling. Next is the skills section. I'm not sure about you, but I always overthink this part.
Same, I'm literally always second guessing what goes in this section.
Well, we can ask Copilot to suggest a list of skills based on the experience that's already in the resume so far. Copilot generates a list of relevant skills pulled from the experience in the resume. Just review them and make sure they align with your actual skill set.
Wow, that's extremely helpful. Looking here, there's some that I wouldn't even include on my own. So there's this position that I just saw that I'm actually pretty excited about, and I wanted to make sure that my resume lines up with what the job is looking for, help me stand out.
Let's have Copilot help tailor everything for this specific role.
Okay.
Just paste that job description here and ask Copilot, compare the below job description to my resume and suggest specific edits to better align my summary, skills, and experience to this role. Highlight missing keywords and what to emphasize.
Oh wow, Copilot is highlighting missing keywords and experiences that could be reworded to better align with this job. That's helpful.
Exactly. You can just review and choose the changes that genuinely reflect your experience. Another smart thing to consider is making sure your resume includes the right ATS-friendly keywords, since companies scan resumes for matching phrases and skills. We can ask Copilot to also suggest ATS-friendly keywords and skills to include in this resume based on the provided job description. And it identifies relevant keywords and skills from that job description that we can add where they genuinely reflect your experience.
Wow, that's great. It honestly takes my resume one step further to make the language speak the same as the posting. This is all coming together really nicely. It looks great. I think all it needs is one last final review.
Yeah, that's always a good idea. We can have Copilot take a final pass at it too. Just type a prompt like, review this resume for clarity, tone, repetition, and formatting consistency. Suggest final improvements. Copilot reviews the resume and suggests a few small edits to tighten things up where it makes the most sense. Just apply any final edits and your new resume is ready to go.
I actually feel really good about my new resume.
Yeah, building a new resume doesn't have to be overwhelming. We just went from a blank page to a polished resume in no time. If you found this helpful, follow along for more practical ways to use Copilot.